Welcome back to another episode of the Resilient Lounge. With me today is Matt and George, co-founders of BlockRec and Blackout, two young entrepreneurs who were old colleagues of mine. They bet on themselves, risked it all, and started a crypto-focused recruitment agency. Guys, hi, welcome to the Resilient Lounge podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Emma.
Yeah.
Right, guys, so what inspired you to start your own recruitment business, specifically in the niche of cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, so in our previous firm, we were basically doing crypto recruitment anyways, but we are already working within like a firm that was focused more on financial trading and FX recruitment. We wanted to go off and do our own thing because we felt we were like the only two people anyways on that desk that were doing crypto recruitment. It built a really good network within the US, Europe, APAC as well. And yeah, I think there's just one day I came to Georgia, I was like, what we doing? We built this network. We're doing pretty well with what we're doing, but I feel like we weren't growing. And it was like the same thing every day. And I guess we wanted to do something on our own. So I was like, what do you think about setting up a crypto recruitment business? We went to a pub or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still remember the days. We've got the photos and everything.
Yeah, we just sat through it. I had a whole list of things we had to do to set up a business, things we have to go through, like names, branding, like what we're going to focus on, all these things. So we talked about it together. And as we kept talking about it, it seemed, we could do this.
Yeah.
We can definitely do this.
Were you not afraid?
Starting a business is always a bit daunting,
Yeah,
especially like for us, it's a first time thing. We always wanted to have a business, but I think none of us expected it to be in recruitment. It just happened that we
Accidentally.
exactly
well, right?
we fell into that industry. Like my origins, obviously when we started in financial trading recruitment, first time you knew a bit more about the financial trading space than I did coming into it.
Yeah.
And obviously you were there when I started. You had a big coverage of Cyprus market and everyone was covering that area. And I looked at financial trading, I was like, there's not much market share for us to go after and really establish and build ourselves. And I was always about differentiating what I was doing. And I told the guys when I came in, I'm not just about, doing everything by the book. I'm going to do things a little bit differently. And I spotted, that crypto was building. I spotted it as an opportunity for them to diversify, and I wanted to lead that. And it built and built from there. They were always going to focus on financial trading, and I had that love for crypto, and I wanted to focus on it a bit more. Okay. So then it just naturally figured best that it was the way to move forward was to start our own journey.
I don't think they were always going to focus on financial trading because you guys did bring the crypto firms generally into the business as well. But I think you specifically, George, really liked working within the crypto space because I remember, Matt, you were going more into the financial services kind of thing. But I think
I was doing a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both.
A bit of both.
But I think you both complement each other in both of the industries. So how come does Correct focus only on cryptocurrencies, or do you guys also focus on financial services as well?
We're mainly I'd say we're more blockchain, Web3, crypto recruitment. We do a little bit of financial trading, but it's not been our focus. The main thing is like picking up crypto exchanges as clients, layer 1 protocols, layer 2. We've done a bit of Web3 gaming.
It's all about just covering that niche. When it's like financial trading, a lot of the time that we're speaking to firms, it's financial trading firms that want to adopt crypto in the future. And we just focus fully on that niche because there's not a lot of firms that are fully doing that just like day in, day out. Okay. So we noticed that there needs to be a bit more of a coverage in that space, and we wanted to make our own way and just start our own journey.
So you basically found a gap in the market, you identified it, and you just went full force into it.
Pretty much, It was about being different for us, and we just fell into it. And
I think we saw like a few firms that were doing obviously crypto recruitment, but a lot of the time it'd be like a separate desk. So say you got this agency that's doing financial services, but then they'll have a desk that's doing crypto. But I haven't seen that many that like recruitment firms that are so focused on this. Yeah. And we also thought we're quite young. We've got some new ideas. We don't want to do it the same way as a traditional recruitment firm. We want to do something completely different. Yeah. We've got a lot, I think we concentrate a lot on marketing. That's a big thing for us. We want to get passive business rather than always going after the traditional BD methods. So yeah, we're doing things differently.
Yeah, the way we sell it is Web3 is like the next big thing. It's like advancing technology. It's going to transition the way that we think about finance. Why not be the new age for recruitment? It makes sense in that industry.
It makes sense. Yeah. I don't want to sound controversial here or anything, but for example, this industry right now, cryptos, for example, is relatively new. It's not old, right?
Yeah.
So with your candidate market, for example, do you have a really big pool who only focus just on cryptos? Like the cryptos?
More than you would expect.
Yeah,
more than you would expect.
There's a big network out there.
There?
Especially because pretty much most of my network and most of your network now is just blockchain and crypto focused. So we're getting candidates all the time, and with our Blackout platform as well, that helps with getting more candidates. And you just learn where to find the people, really.
With you, when you started in the recruitment game, I think most of your network is built on LinkedIn, right? And obviously I'd used LinkedIn before, so I've got a bit of a mishmash of different industries that I was speaking to already. All your network is purely blockchain Web3, and you must have over 10,000 connections now or more.
I know. I'm getting up to 10,000 now.
You're getting up to 10,000.
Influencers.
And there's still so many that
at some point.
There's still so many that you just see like new things popping up every day. The next big thing is about solving problems in the crypto space. So there's always new opportunities out there. So for us, so we've got two sides of the business. So we have the BlockRec side and we have the Blackout side, which we're going to come on to in a moment. BlockRec is more of a traditional agency repertoire. We do our traditional recruitment models where we pick up clients the traditional way. We service them by doing our individual due diligence. A lot of our unique selling points come from the way that we qualify. So we like to think that we're very well versed in our knowledge within the crypto space, and that sells in terms of being able to cover a lot of the due diligence that clients may be missing out on. So from your time doing recruitment, when you qualify candidates, you're basically cutting out an extra interview stage. So what you want is someone that you're able to trust, who has the knowledge, who understands exactly what you're looking for, and is able to sell your company in the best possible way. So that's what we're bringing with the traditional side of recruitment. What we wanted to do, that's not enough for us. What we wanted to do was completely change the way that we think about things. Traditional recruitment, I would say, is more, it starts with clients and it ends with candidates. You go into it looking to pick up jobs. That's where your initial starting point is. You can't service jobs if you don't have any clients, right? So that's where it initially starts. We didn't think that traditional recruitment focused on the candidate experience enough. So we were speaking to a lot of different candidates, especially during the crypto winter when things were a little bit more difficult. And we wanted to understand what their experience was of having spoken to these companies. And we got a lot of feedback in terms of, there was a lot of candidates that were
recruiters as well. A lot of, they sent my CV to 10 different places, didn't really ask my permission.
All right.
They put me forward for jobs that I'm not really that interested in.
Yeah.
It's all about the recruiter essentially making their commission and making the money, which is not what we thought recruitment should be about. It should be about taking someone along a candidate journey. You want to be there from the start. So the way we want it to be is like, say we have a candidate, we place him as a CFO, and then hopefully we can be on his journey when he moves on to his next crypto company, help him find that.
So basically build a rapport with the candidate and be with him throughout his journey of even if he's going to stay there or going somewhere else and whatnot.
Yeah, it's all about benefiting the candidate journey. So the idea behind Blackout, number one, is for candidates to have a large community where they're able to benefit themselves, exchange ideas, and have a concept of where the space is moving. Because crypto is very fast moving.
Yes.
It's difficult for them to necessarily understand what the next thing is or where things are looking to diversify. Also, we got a lot of feedback that we found that candidates didn't think that the recruitment space was there was a lot of misrepresentation in the market, or there was some candidate bias that we were seeing. So we came up with the idea of a completely anonymous recruitment network where candidates were qualified by us, were going through that initial process of understanding exactly what they were looking for, selling their profile as best as possible, and then providing them with an anonymous way to reach out to clients in a way that, for example, if they were not actively looking, but they didn't necessarily want to publicize that they were open to a new position, that gives them the opportunity to do.
That platform basically lets the candidate apply to your clients directly, anonymously?
So we create this network, it's a free to use candidate platform. these candidates are membership only. So we speak to them because we think that they have tremendous potential and that they are completely invested in the Web3 network.
It's like
handpicked talent
within
exactly.
Web3. That's
So we then qualify them, understand exactly what their experience is, what they're looking for, what they think they like, what they don't like, and cover that all into a handwritten summary basically, and we use that corroborated with their CV and our experience of talking to them. It's a brief summary that it removes any sort of names, faces, names of previous employers, just gives you a full understanding of who they are without any discrimination.
It's like an anonymous summary really of your experience.
Yeah.
No,
and then,
just experience on paper.
Exactly. And then companies who work with us, they sign up to this network. They can publish their jobs as well, completely anonymous. And we've said before, like companies have said, why would you do that? But the point of it is it puts everyone in the same space. They don't have to pay to market themselves. So it benefits if you're a smaller company that's in a Series A, they don't have to expend all of their marketing resources, but also it puts them in a space of who has the best position, who's selling most to their candidates rather than who has the biggest name brand in the market. And then they can pick the talent who they think who's going to be most invested in their projects.
It's really
rather
interesting.
Than, yeah.
I think we're trying to level the playing field, because say if you're a massive company, a big crypto exchange that can attract a load of talent, and you've got this small crypto startup that's still trying to attack the same sort of talent, attract the same talent, you're not really you're going to find it harder to get that talent on board. Whereas what we're doing is we're selling on the position, we're selling on like what the company is, like what problems the company is solving. Like it might be a layer 2 protocol that's focused on some sort of security or focused on solving some problem within the blockchain space or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll sell on that rather than, okay, this is a big brand, come and work for us because we're the biggest crypto exchange in this space. Yeah, we thought to do something a little bit different. And I think I want to touch upon what you were saying. What we do is we allow companies to go by department. They can look at different candidates by department. So if you're looking for a product person, you can
which
look
was
for a
going to
product
actually
list.
lead me to my next question. So people know crypto as in something we trade on a platform, blah, blah, blah. People who want to get into cryptocurrency, basically to work within a blockchain place, cryptocurrency company, what skills do they need to have in order to work within such a space? And what kind of roles do cryptocurrency companies hire for?
I think it's very similar to any sort of financial services firm, to be honest.
Okay.
I think the only thing that is a little bit different is half the time you need to have some sort of experience within Web3 or be passionate about the space. They do look for people that follow anything to do with Bitcoin, or maybe they hold some cryptocurrencies and some wallets, or they use different exchanges to trade. And then the other thing really is if you want to get into the space, I think we're talking about doing some sort of upskilling platform. That's something we'd like to do in the future, because we do get a lot of financial services people come to us and being like, oh yeah, we want to enter into the market, but we don't know how.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And we'd love to consult. But it's quite difficult because this space is quite, at the moment, there's quite high barriers to entry, I'd say.
Right.
Because you have to have that previous experience in Web3 and crypto. And it's been going long enough now that there are a lot of candidates with that experience. Like you'll find candidates who have been in this space for the last 5 years. So it's hard for someone coming from traditional finance to now want to go into that exchange, because they're not going to have the same knowledge, because it's a complete different space.
Yeah, exactly.
So for our viewers and our listeners, could you describe what the difference is between Web3 and crypto?
Yeah, so Web3 is the largest space. Web3 is just, so we're currently using Web2 technology most days. The one Web2 technology that you probably think of the most is like internet, or if you go to a self-checkout, you're using a POS system. That's like Web2 technology.
Okay.
Web3 is supposed to be decentralized. It's supposed to give the power back to the people, so to speak. It's not centralized technology. It's more of a peer-to-peer network. We've got AI. You could say AI is part of the Web3 space. You obviously got blockchain and the different sort of use cases for that. Stable coins as well. Yeah. Well, the ones that aren't centralized, because some governments are now coming up with stable coins that aren't really based on the way that it should have been. So yeah.
So what type of positions can you get as a job within Web3?
It's very simple, like in terms of,
Yeah, so
it's not that
what?
different to working in for example, in an FX firm. They'll still be looking for traders if you're looking for
Okay.
crypto technology.
Crypto traders.
We cover all different types of markets. So we'll look at project managers, maybe like there's some companies out there that might be developing crypto only wallets, and you focus on projects on that, whether it's looking at marketing. If you understand how the crypto space culture is, they'll be looking for marketing people. They'll be looking at salespeople to bring on crypto clients. It's all about, there's very similar interest in the space.
Yeah, most of the roles are exactly the same. It'd be like VP of products. They need you to come from like a layer 2 protocol, have experience in that environment. It's all the same. We're just looking for different things.
So like you said, it's decentralization. So like we said, Web3 is the wider space. That covers anything under transition from Web2 to Web3. Mostly that's decentralization. So the only difference between that is how data is stored. So Web2 is all centralized data that's stored under one central unit that is owned by companies. Web3, the decentralization of that is basically, it's all stored within certain nodes that are spread across one data network, and it's not owned by big corporations. It's all owned by the centralized network itself. So it's all about how the data is stored. That brings you onto blockchain technology. That's how you are able to mine cryptocurrencies. So it all spreads out from there. It's all about how the network is able to build that. So that's basically where the space starts, and it continues to evolve how the technology is used. So that's how you get new opportunities in crypto, basically.
That is really interesting. You learn something new every day, you guys. All right, so this space is always changing all the time.
Yeah.
How do you guys stay up to date with the latest trends, things that are continuously changing?
We've got you to thank for that one, because when we first started in recruitment, the biggest thing we were lacking was our personal brand and building a network. And you would just drill it into us, build your bloody network.
Exactly.
So we were sat there like trying to think of new ways of building clients, and we were just not utilizing that space. So now, because we're trying to focus on as much research as possible, because it's so evolved, you never know what the new thing is around the corner.
Right.
So having an up-to-date network is so important. It gives you so many leads in the space. It shows you what the biggest thought leaders are and who's going to be thinking of the next big thing. It gives you that opportunity to spread your knowledge, and it just spirals. It's like a snowball. You see everything in the market. So if you're looking for new opportunities, having that support and those people around you who know the space, like with blockchain and crypto, you can't know everything. There are always going to be small little niches that are just continuing to develop that you're not necessarily going to be open and know about. So having that network is really crucial.
I think also we've been to Expo this year.
Yeah.
We keep
Crypto
up to
expos?
we went to literally, it was like a company talk on ZK, roll-ups and silent data. And some other use cases for blockchain technology, and then they had a panel interview as well where you could ask some questions and get some more insight into the space. But yeah, I think I mainly use LinkedIn. There's so many people posting about the latest Web3 trends, etc. I use a few like crypto only newsletters. So I know in FX you have FX newsletter. Use that, and to be honest, you get the best insight from talking to companies, talking to our clients, and talking to candidates. Because half the time you ask them, what are you doing? Like, tell me a little bit about what products you're working on, or what problem is this solution solving? So from that, you'll understand a lot more about the space.
So I know we spoke about Blackout. I do want to get a little bit of a better idea about what Blackout is. Is it more of a platform where I can go and upload my CV anonymously? Is that how it works?
I think the way we're going to have it in the future is it will be a fully blown platform where you'll be able to sign in. Client will also be able to sign in. Right now, it's more in its early days.
In its early days.
So
okay.
I've been tasked with building that out. So literally that's my day to day now. So I can close my eyes and I can map out the whole website. So you go on there. The main page, you've got two different portals. You've got the client portal and the candidate portal. If you go onto the client portal, that's where candidates are going to be looking for new positions. You go through there, there'll be a list of positions that you can look at. Some will be open or closed, depending on how recent they were put onto the website. Yeah. And you open that up and it will just be an anonymous description of what we have spoken to the client about, what exactly they're looking to build in the market, what the expectations of the role are. There'll be location preferences, salary, similar to a normal JD, but it's just you don't know who the client is. They can then register their interest in that role. We have a conversation with that candidate. If we think that they're a good fit, we can offer them the opportunity to reveal themselves to the client and then potentially have an introduction for
How is
an
that
interview.
a business for you guys though? How do you guys monetize from something like this?
So we can't monetize the candidate side. We've had so many candidates say, how much is this? And we can't charge on it because the first thing is, we have to be honest, it's a completely unproven technique of doing recruitment. You can't charge candidates if you don't know it's going to work, right? But then the same thing, the whole point of this is to build up that network, and then you charge clients the same way you would charge a regular client. So once
you sign a recruitment contract.
Yeah, you sign a
same
recruitment contract, they reveal themselves, they go through the recruitment process. If they are successful, we get a fee between 15 and 20% of the candidate salary.
I think to put it in simple terms, say if a client comes onto the Blackout platform, they have candidate 202 who's working as a VP of product, whatever.
Yeah.
They click on the find out more button. It goes to us. It sends through email from the client being like, oh yeah, I'm really interested in this candidate profile. Then we'd jump on a call with that client, same way that we would normally do recruitment, and then we would negotiate terms of business. And then we would obviously have a recruitment contract drawn up. And then after that, we can reveal the
wouldn't
candidate.
that all take a lot of time out of the hiring manager's time? Because essentially the recruiter's point is for you to take away all that time consuming job from the hiring manager. So it's basically your job to source and see like different skills and if it actually matches. Whereas if you're having the hiring manager now going through all of these CVs on your platform, what is the difference to actually using then BlockRec, where they can just use you guys to...
I think the way we do things is that it's not just, oh yeah, you're looking through thousands of profiles.
Okay.
It's used as a supplementation to like our normal search.
Right.
Yeah.
So say if you're just, you stumble across the Blackout website and you're like, oh, let me check out what sort of marketing profiles these guys have. You might find one that really stands out and you're like, okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. You might find someone that you never thought about hiring ever, but they're really interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, after that, we can reveal the candidate profile once we have the call and all that other stuff. But even if that candidate isn't a good fit, we can do a search anyways. So it's like covering two sort of parts of it. And to be fair, I don't think a lot of businesses or a lot of recruitment businesses like advertise their talent that much.
Yeah.
They don't do enough of it. Imagine you're a recruiter, you've been in this space for a while, you've got a massive network of talent, and you know that you've got some quality people out there, but you're not utilizing it enough. We've got this platform really to utilize the talent and show what talent we have, but also allow our candidates to find the right sort of companies that they want to work for.
Yeah.
Yeah, building on that is, like you said, there's so many companies with good talent out there. This is a candidate-focused platform. If you're not utilizing your talent, it's so good for good candidates that may have got a job somewhere to slip through your fingers. Yeah. This way, we're utilizing it, maximizing it as much as possible. And if we're giving the best service to those candidates, they're going to come back. We're going to be the first one they think of when they're looking for a new job.
Yeah,
I love it, you guys. You're both really young and you've got really great ideas. You are seeing some gaps within the market and you're going after it and everything. Where did all of this inspiration come from?
I think half of it's just us having like meetings and just spitballing ideas.
Yeah, but for me, it's like inspiration comes from a point of struggle, right? So we started the business in probably the worst time for recruitment that there's possibly been for ages.
Well,
So
for crypto recruitment.
For crypto.
For
and
crypto,
I'm
yeah.
assuming this was what, July 2023?
July 2023. So the
Yeah.
crypto winter has been very difficult, mainly because...
Why was it difficult?
So we had the fallout of the FTX stuff that made the trust in the market was not as where it should have been. We didn't know this until we started working in the US market, but US companies, they actually work on projected growth rather than actual income coming in. So they were hiring, expecting to have all this money that was then going to come in towards the end of the year. When that market crashed and then the money isn't there, all those hires that they made, they don't have the money to facilitate it. So there was mass layoffs in the crypto market. Tech especially was struggling massively. So you had all of these companies laying off talent. Crypto completely, Bitcoin especially took a massive dive. All of the companies that were investing in it, all of their finances were not where they were supposed to be. companies just completely stopped hiring until the end of the year. And we started the business knowing that was going to be the case.
Yeah, that was risky.
Yeah, the risk came from, we knew that it was going to pick up again.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we're actually at that point where things are starting to pick up again, and new recruitment companies starting now. But we've already been there 8 months. We've got the network. People know our names now. They've seen our marketing.
Since December, it was flying.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
It's been flying with recruitment. We've been busier than ever.
Yeah.
Like, we're working longest hours going, but
Really?
we've probably got more clients and more roles than we could ever even have dreamt of.
I mean, you're doing BD until like 10 o'clock at night. I was
Really?
doing...
Is that because you work in the US market?
We've been working...
We're doing Europe,
almost,
APAC and US.
Right,
so you were
okay.
doing BD at 10 o'clock at night to do the San Francisco market. I've been qualifying candidates at 3 o'clock in the morning for Hong Kong clients.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's just really tiring. But
the thing is, the groundwork that we laid, probably start of this year, we were going for it with the BD. We laid such good groundwork that now is paying off, because we've got quite a few clients that we're servicing right now. We've got a whole bunch of roles, so everything's just about delivery right now, and also keeping that BD in the back burner, because you always have to supply yourselves. And it's one of those ones, if all your clients decide tomorrow, I'm not going to hire anymore, you always need to have that backup plan. But yeah, I think a lot of what you were saying in terms of like ideas and innovation, mainly because we like to think outside the box. We like to just sit there and have a meeting and just discuss what can we be doing different. We like to go over the data and go over what other people are doing and what they're not doing. Yeah. And like I said, we're more marketing focused. Like, we like to really put ourselves out there. We post a lot. Yeah. We like to keep like in touch with our clients and advertise.
It comes as well from, we work together so well, but we've got such different personalities.
And I think that is what complements the both of you. So you basically, you fulfill each other's weaknesses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that is the perfect thing to have with your business partner.
Yeah.
And saying that, what are your plans for the business for the future?
There's short-term goals, there's long-term goals. We've got so many things that we want to do. I think on the concept side of things, we want to build this up to potentially grow it into a large-scale firm, maybe make an exit in 10 to 15 years. It all depends on the way things grow, but the reason that we're looking at that is there's so many things that we want to do in life, and there's so many options for us. But
I think we just want to be sustainable with the way we grow. We don't want to, the way we want to do things is we want to hire sustainably. So we want to have enough, like, essentially cash there. The plan really is to probably hire mid-level or senior in terms of recruitment, so they can come and hit the ground running, and then build a team underneath that. And we're probably looking at having people probably across the world. We want to have people in Europe. US will be like definitely a future one, because it's expensive hiring out there with 401k and all the other sort of benefits that you have to offer. But yeah, we want to be number one in this market, of course. We're not here to be sitting back and watching other firms do better than us.
I love that, and I do wish you the best of luck with everything. You
Thanks,
guys
Emma.
are go-getters, and you guys will achieve and succeed. I've loved having you on the podcast.
It was a good chat.
Yeah.
And it's always good to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you guys for listening and watching us. See you next week.